Hey, good morning or afternoon, wherever you may be in the world. We know date times are hard, so welcome to the Humanitarian Toolbox AllReady Community Stand-Up. AllReady is an open source project that is coding for the greater good. We are a project that allows organizations, disaster relief organizations, to help spread the word, to coordinate volunteers, and prepare communities for when disaster strikes. So we were thrilled to be part of the .NET Summer Hackfest in conjunction with with Microsoft's the .NET Foundation, and we received a number of pull requests. Not as much excitement or project adoption as we had hoped for, but we're still we're still out there. The name's still out there. What we're going to do over the next couple of weeks is we're going to be identifying the issues that we think are going to be they're low hanging fruit. It's the just as kids go back to school, and if people are out there looking for some ways to get entry into an open source project, then we're going to tweet out those issues so that you can easily dive in and help out on this project. I've got from across the pond, I've got Steve here on the line. Steve, what was in your books on the project this week?
It's a pretty quiet week for myself, but I have submitted a pull request around fixing up some post 2.0 issues. I don't think it should affect anyone, but there is basically the stuff that we had to change around identity and the foreign keys to map sort of the identity tables back together again, is duplicating some foreign keys that we don't need at the moment. So just a bit of a code fix up that should take that out. So there'll be a migration to run in there, but I tested on a blank database and an existing database, and it seems to run in fine. And that's pretty much it, really. I need to probably try and spend some time looking through some of these PRs and do what I can to check those out too.
Right on. And we did, as I said, we did get a number of pull requests in. A lot of them are actually related to user documentation, which is a huge thing. It's going to make it a lot easier for new users to get on board. We're also working on an introductory video, which should be released next week, which will, there'll be probably 2 versions of it. The first version is for developers. The second version will be for users. So we will be trying to get that information out as well. And we have made some progress. We were able to make some headway in getting a project for Azure Functions out and into the build process. So we are pretty geeked about that and the move from our legacy web jobs assets over to Azure Functions. So that's pretty much the gist of things. Again, our repository is on GitHub at github.com /HTBox. The project is AllReady. You can find us there. And of course, as always, there's a number of issues that you can dive in and check out, just get started. Any of the issues that are tagged with .NET Summer Hackfest, those are the ones that you're going to be able to they're fairly well spec'd. There's probably room for questions. Go ahead and ask those. We're more than happy to help. Both Steve and myself, we've got pretty good time zone coverage, and we can help out as needed almost 24 hours a day. So I know Steve particularly likes to cover any of the time, through the evening, through the late evening, early morning stuff. That's his favorite.
That's it. Keep getting me when I'm fresh.
Awesome. We've actually, being a project that's tied closely to folks who are actually on the ground. Our guest that we usually have on here, one of our project sponsors, Jim McGowan from the American Red Cross, he's actually tied up in disaster-related activities. And Tony Surma, who's one of our regulars on the stand-up as well, he is under the weather, so we've got a bit of a shorter stand-up today. But follow us on Twitter, check us out on GitHub, get that repo forked, and start slamming out some pull requests, and we're going to be really excited to have you on board. I think that's everything for us this week. Steve, have yourself a great week, and everybody else out there, we'll see you back. Now, I had this one scheduled, actually, why it didn't pop up in my meeting thing this morning. If you saw it on YouTube, it was actually scheduled for 1:38 this afternoon. So I'm not sure how It got scheduled for 1:38, but that was in my calendar. So I back scheduled it to 9:30, and we got to start here. But we will be back on our regular scheduled time 2 weeks from today at 9 a.m. Central, and we will have all of the next 4 meetings will be posted here very shortly on YouTube as well. So you can align if you're interested in joining our meetings. Okay, thanks again, Steve, and we'll talk to everyone in a couple of weeks. Cheers.
Cheers.